If you have fine natural hair and your hair is breaking and you're not retaining length, you probably have come to the realization that it's not just the one thing that you're doing. It's probably several little things that add up over time. Fine natural hair is less tolerant to abrasion, and I learned that the hard way. I was breaking my hair with things I thought were harmless. So here are 5 things I'll never do to my fine natural hair again. Number 3 is the one that changed everything because it stopped my routine sabotaging itself. Number 1, I will never use cheap, damaged, rusty hairpins ever again. For years, I just bought the cheapest bobby pins I could find at the dollar store. Chipped coating, missing bulbs, and a bit of rust, of course, but I kept going. I just kept using it. Then I noticed that sometimes my hair would come out with a pin when I take the pin out, right? And I was starting to break my hair, which was the basis of my 2-month-long hair experiment. Fine type 4 fibers have smaller diameter and less tolerance for abrasion. The cuticles are the protective shingle roof. Once it is roughened by these very rough hairpins I was using, the cortex is exposed and the strand fails sooner it starts to break. A chipped hairpin is basically a tiny rough seam, scraping the same few strands until you take it out. From when you put it in to when you take it out, and when the protective bulbs fall off, force concentrates into a sharper edge so that you get breakage exactly where you pin your hair again and again and again. So I bought these ones. I've never spent this kind of money before on hairpins ever in my life, but they are rust resistant pins and they have intact tips and they don't damage my hair. They slide in and they slide out beautifully. So number 1, I will never use cheap damaged hairpins again. And if a style needs 19 hairpins for it to stay in place, that style is just not for me and my fine hair. Too many stress points. Now, before we go into products, here is a bigger mistake most of us make. Thinking softness equals health. And this takes us to number 2. I had a season of moisture-only routines and products, and everything that I did was to impart moisture into my hair because I didn't know any better. I thought my hair needed more and more moisture because natural hair is naturally dry. My hair felt amazing when I washed it. It was stretchy, it was soft, it was lush, and then it started to break off when I styled it. Natural hair can feel great in the wet stage and still be structurally under supported. Here is keratin. Keratin is protein. Weathering from UV and combing and heat and general styling and wash day and detangling and just being alive, all of these things degrade the internal network of the hair over time. And the cuticles too. Research on hydrolyzed protein shows that they can adsorb to damaged areas on the hair and fill surface defects and improve mechanical strength and mechanical behavior like tensile properties and elasticity, especially in compromised fibers. We're not talking healing the hair. You cannot heal hair. All the hair that you see on your head is there, but we're talking reinforcement. For type 4 hair especially, that matters because we're taught we need moisture, 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 but because every bend, every kink in the strand concentrates force, anything that reinforces those weak points and reduces breakage is a length retention tool that we need. My regimen now includes protein. I have a deep conditioner with hydrolyzed proteins I use almost every wash day, and a foam forming heat protectant I use when I style my hair with heat, and I've got my leave-ins that have protein in them. So number 2, I will never avoid protein completely again. Now, protein will not save you if your product system is sabotaging your cuticles every week. So let's talk layering. The LOC method, the LCO method, the LOCO method, all the methods, I used to treat these like they were set in stone. Then I wondered why my hair felt coated and foamy but rough and dry and my styles did not last past Wednesday. See, leave-in conditioners and conditioners usually rely on cationic conditioning agents that need to make contact with the negatively charged hair surface to bind, smooth, and to give slip. Oils mostly sit on top of all of that, right, and reduce water movement in and out of the hair and reduce friction. If you put a heavy oil first, you block the conditioning agents from binding effectively to the hair strands. So the steps I was using to style my hair meant that the surface of my hair never actually got conditioned. Same with heat protection. If the protective film from your heat protectant is buried under the creams and the oils and everything else. It is not there protecting your hair when heat hits your hair. So the heat protectant needs to go last. Same thing with a wash and go. I need the hold to freeze my hair in place, to hold it in place, to prevent tangles from happening and breakage from having every single strand just loose on their own, marrying each other up. I need those strands clumped together with a gel so the gel goes on last, right? So now my rule is to layer for what I'm doing. When I blow dry, that protective foam is the last thing that goes on the surface of my hair. For a wash and go, similar thing, right? The gel or the mousse or the thing that's giving me hold, that goes on last. Everything else comes before that because I want that finish to keep my hair intact and to prevent tangles when I go to wash my hair. So number 3, I will never layer products on autopilot ever again. But none of these techniques we've just discussed work if your scalp is coated and always reactive, because a dirty baseline makes every product feel inconsistent. Here's the wash mistake I used to make. This one is not about frequency, no, it's about technique. I used to rush the shampooing part of my wash day, barely touching my scalp, and then rushing into conditioning and detangling. No wonder my scalp was itchy. Scalp is skin, right? When sebum is produced and there's sweat and there's product foam and there's buildup, malassezia-associated dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis can flare up in people who are prone to it, and then itching becomes a normal thing. It's not normal. Reviews on scalp health show appropriate shampooing can reduce flaking, can reduce itch, and inflammatory signs. Co-washing is not built to remove heavy buildup from the scalp or the hairs, all the oils and the butters and the styling polymers that we use repeatedly. Co-washing is a tool for when we need it, and there's a video up on the channel that goes into great details about that. Now I wash with intent. I wash my scalp like it is skin, right? Finger pads, not nails, of course, and I massage properly back and forth and not in circular motion. I rinse, and then if I need a second shampoo, I do it as well. The thing is, we're not spending half as much time wetting our hair to get the hair properly wet. We're not spending half as much time shampooing our hair to get it properly clean. We need to get in there. Sections help a lot. So if you feel like there's parts of your hair that are like itchy before your next wash day, one thorough wash beats 4 rushed ones. The more you wash your hair on wash day, the fewer washes you have to do, and the better and calmer and happier your scalp is. So number 4, I will never kind of just wash my hair again. I will wash it, so I don't have to do too many washes. Now we get to the master switch, because the first 4 we just discussed are tactics. This one is mindset in your mind. Afro-textured hair gets called strong because it appears dense, but tightly coiled fibers are more prone to tangling and breakage under mechanical stress, largely because of geometry. Bends concentrate force, and we have so many of those bends in our hair. Add a smaller diameter, and every cuticle chip or internal crack removes a larger fraction of hair from the strand. Research tells us that high tension styles, aggressive grooming, and repeated stress on dry hair, on tangled hair, can cause major breakage and traction alopecia in people of African descent. So my non-negotiables now are no yanking tools. I just do not use any detangling tools at all. I take my time, I use my fingers, I work in sections, no slick backs that are so tight, no buns that are giving me a facelift. I'm not putting friction on the same zones every single wash day or every time I style my hair. No style is worth a compromised hairline. I don't even have edges to begin with. I'm not going to compromise the little that I have. And more importantly, no copying other people's routines designed for anyone else. Whether your hair is coarse, it's dense, it's colored, it's fine, it's the same hair, it's a different hair. My job moving forward is reducing friction, avoiding chronic tension, cleansing my hair properly, conditioning it properly, and installing a style that lasts from wash day to wash day, so I'm not constantly doing things to my hair every single day of the week. And I'm going to handle my hair properly. So number 5, I will never treat my very fine natural hair as an indestructible rope again. Watch this video here where we discuss how to find exactly what works for you, what routines, what products actually work for you, so you stop copying other people's routines. Have a great day. Bye.